Our next topic is tits out in boxing. So this weekend, Isaiah just clicked on the link. This weekend there was Kingpin Promotions did a boxing bouts for all these different, OnlyFans content creator, YouTube stars, right? Anderson Gibb was on it. KSI was watching the whole thing. And this one person, Daniela Hemsley, flashed her boobies live on camera after her win against her opponent. And dude, it's been all over the internet. It's all over boxing Twitter. And so many people had their thoughts about it. And we're going to hear Eddie Hearn talk about it because it was, broadcasted on DAZN, which is a company that he works for as his broadcasters, right? And this is what he said on Boxing Social. We're going to give a quick listen.
Look, I think if I start preaching, people just moan at me anyway, but you always ask me my opinion. My opinion is I hate it. I hate it. We've worked so hard for women in boxing to be respected for their ability, for their merits, for their hard work. One thing we must understand is that ain't boxing, and that needs to be pushed. All that stuff, misfits, kingpins, it needs to be booted so far away from professional boxing, and we really need to, disassociate ourselves with what it is.
So he needs to disassociate it from boxing. My question to you, Isaiah, is what do you think about this whole situation? Women, now flashing their boobies after wins. What do you think? Does this hurt, harm? What does this do to women's boxing? What does this do to boxing in general? These content creator, social media type of bouts.
I get what he's saying, but no, just kidding.
You got a girlfriend, homie.
Yeah, no, but in reality, it's like it takes one bad apple to ruin an entire barrel kind of scenario here, right? Where misfits, Kingpin, where they have like these promotions that are funding influencer level boxing, has brought a lot of attention, especially to the younger audience, the newer generation of audience to boxing, right? Like you have things like the YouTuber creator clash, which I thought the first time it came around, I thought that was a great idea. If you guys don't know, there was this event some time back where they had YouTubers that I would watch, people like the Game Grumps, Epic Mealtime, iDubbbz, and all that. I mean, there's a lot of controversy with iDubbbz, and I'm not gonna go into that, but the idea of it was having actual YouTubers take a fight camp, an actual boxing fight camp, and fight other YouTubers within their respective weight classes. That's so interesting to watch, right? Yeah, they're not the best at it, but you could tell like the amount of work that goes into it, and who would win, and the different styles that come out of it. Some of them were like actually swinging. Some of them were pretty good combination wise, stamina wise. People like Salt Poppy, we wouldn't have people like that unless we had things like this. So I like that. I think we should support that. But yeah, you're sure. You're 100. Eddie's 100% sure. Right, when it comes to stuff like this, when you start bringing in things that's not related to boxing, like flashing your tits out when you're after a fight, it's just not respectful. Then you're gonna, okay, what are the people gonna ask for more? What are they're gonna see?
Boobies.
boobies, right? You're gonna bring in more, right? You're gonna bring in more people, but they're gonna be asking, "Where's the boobies?" Or like, "Oh, they're not gonna watch it now because there's not as much OnlyFans people on there, right?" So like now we're gonna want more OnlyFans people on there because they're more likely gonna flash their tits. Yeah, flash out your vagina, whatever. You know what I mean? Then you're just gonna bring in like it's not really boxing at that point. You're just watching it because you might see some nudity. That's not the point of boxing. The point of boxing is to appreciate the art of fighting, appreciate the art of boxing. That for in that general area of fighting. When you do stuff like this, it takes away from that, and that's the part that I do not agree with. Should I do I think that these things should be away from what it is? Uh, no, I think that it does a lot more good for boxing when you have influential level boxing like this. But I think there needs to be like stricter rules, stricter penalties for doing stuff like that. Like let's say you flash your tits out, you lose like half your purse or something. Like something drastic. Uh, where it's in your detriment to do something like that. So that's what I think about that. Keep the promotions. They're doing good for boxing. They're bringing a lot more young people in. We have people like Jake Paul, Logan Paul. We have people like Assault Poppy. Where they're there because of these. So keep it, but make it more strict. What do you think, Mike? What do you think about this dissociation?
It's funny that Eddie Hearn has to say this because he's the one who introduced YouTube boxing to boxers, to boxing.
Yeah,
scene.
that's oof.
He's the first person to actually promote KSI and Logan Paul, and he broadcasted it on DAZN. And now he's like, no, we need to disassociate ourselves, bro. You created this meal, eat it. You cannot be like, I don't like this no more. It is what it is. And these women, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just, it is what it is. They're going flash, booties, especially weigh-ins. They're wearing lingerie. They're doing craziness, booty cheeks out. It is what I watch it. That is yet to be confirmed, but it is something that, in my opinion, puts a joke in boxing, because this ain't boxing at this point. This is just a glorified, strip club at this stage. If you're gonna flash your boobies out like that, personally, I think I think we should all expect that next time if it's mostly like OnlyFans girls doing it, because now that this woman, did this, it's bound to happen. Someone else is gonna do something more ridiculous. Because this is trending ridiculously. Even my even my girlfriend, who isn't like a huge like insider in boxing, right? She saw this on her feed. She doesn't get like boxing feeds. This was the first thing that she saw. So this is big. Me personally, I think this is wrong. I think it's wrong that you flash your boobies out there when some of the audience members might be kids. I don't know how it is in Ireland or in Europe about like public indecency, but here in the United States, that is a huge no-no. Yeah. In addition to that, this is broadcasted again on DAZN, where most of these people like Anderson Gibb, Kenny King, these people have a following of younger people because they are YouTubers. They see this and they saw that, bro. It could also hurt your brand by flashing yourself like that, because parents are no longer going to pay for their kids to watch this because they just saw some OnlyFans content creator flash her boobies on screen. Because if I was a parent and my kid saw that, I'd be like, nah, you're not you're not watching that.
You are too young for that, and yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So funny that Eddie Hearn has to say we need to disassociate ourselves from this when he introduced it to us. You know, people have short memories, but it is what it is. Let us know what you think about tits out in boxing. Is it a good thing? Bad thing? Would you like it? Would you not?
Depends who you ask, I guess.
Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below.